Hello, welcome to my video. If you don't know me, I'm Stephen Milner. I'm from the internetmarketingexpert.net and welcome to my video and welcome to my channel. Now today, I've got an interesting video because it's something which I've done myself over the last 7 years. And the video is how to start a digital marketing company. Now, I'm going to talk about my experience. I've been a digital marketing agency stroke consultancy for the past 7 years, and a bit longer than that, probably 9, I think, in all. But I'm going to talk about my experiences of how I started, how I moved forward, and how I found my clients. And I'm not just an ordinary marketing consultant or digital marketing consultant. I've done something a bit more wiser than that. And I'm going to explain to you exactly that in this video. So stay tuned. As mentioned previously, I've been working as a digital marketing consultancy for the past 7 to 9 years. My consultancy is a mixture of 3 areas: digital marketing, marketing, and sales. But I tend to work on digital marketing because most of my clients are interested in lead generation and to gain exposure. I do things like sales in the sense of I support them on developing lead generation and how best to give them exposure to the industries that they work in. Now, at the internetmarketingexpert.net, we work with clients internationally and in multiple industries. But I also have expertise in a number of different industries which I've worked for in the past, and the success of how I got those clients was because I targeted those industries rather than going overboard and saying to everybody, hey, I want to work with you, come to me. I know many digital marketing agencies and consultancies and consultants, and the ones who tend to be a big success at a start are the ones who have tailored themselves to a specific industry which they normally know about. And the agencies, my other clients which have come from internationally, have come through the internetmarketingexpert.net, have come through because they found me via the website or social media. And I can support any client because of my experience for B2B markets and B2C markets. My clients tend to be B2B. Now, how can you find a nice niche market for you to actually support and build your digital marketing consultancy, company, agency with? Okay. I've worked in a number of different industries, and I chose, for example, the one which was the biggest. Wasn't the biggest in turnover overall globally, but it had the most clients, potential clients. Now, I find that the type of clients who I tend to work with are the ones who are not huge, tend to be between 10 people up to 100 often, staff-wise. They often have a marketing department, but not a huge marketing department. They don't often have a digital marketer in their team. And these companies tend to be pretty technical, because if they're very technical, they are very much push for the sales and the product development and less actual marketing. Their marketing might be tend to go to exhibitions, for example, and press releases and getting out into the publications, where they tend to leave the digital marketing side and their websites alone. They think it's set, it works. They do a bit of work on LinkedIn, or Facebook, for example. It tends to be LinkedIn, but they don't really grow that side. Now, one area when you choose your market to go into, if you're going to choose a niche market like I've done in the past, is the success of getting clients is actually understanding their value proposition. Now, you're going to turn around and go, what does that mean? I'm selling digital marketing solutions. Well, yes, you are. You need to obviously know how to do the job. But when you speak to people at an exhibition, for example, or on the telephone, if you can do one thing, and this is it, let them know that you understand the industry and you have experience in this industry and you know their value proposition, that is ding ding, in the bullseye, for darts there. The person you're going to be speaking to is going to turn around and go, this person has experience. They know how to do the job. They know what the industry is about. They understand the needs and wants and the pains of potential clients, and therefore they can do half the job. And that's true. When you're speaking to them on the telephone or in a meeting, you can turn around and go, actually, from my experience, in this industry, have you tried this? And this really does ring bells and really does help you get clients. I'm going to talk about, for example, in a moment, what you need to get yourself going. Okay? What equipment, okay? What you need to do to move forward to find those new clients. From my experience, there's a few things that you need to do to start off with to move forward having a digital marketing company, on how to start your digital marketing company. Now, the first thing I would do is I would set myself up a website. That's pretty standard. You should have a top-notch website where it explains things like case studies, examples of your past work, and a list of clients that you've worked with or positions that you've worked with in the industry before. You don't need a huge website. What you need is a website which promotes your expertise and creates leads for you. Because your clients or potential clients will look at your website. Another area or thing I would focus on is having a LinkedIn profile. And really narrow down if you're going to be using a niche. For example, joining the right groups, because that appears on your profile. Liking certain companies, for example, that appears on there. Having a description or an introduction which explains that you've been in the industry for such and such amount of years. You now are being a consultant to do the job for many companies rather just doing the one, and you're happy to connect and you're happy to discuss with them projects on to supporting their digital marketing. Now, here's another little tip. It's the title on LinkedIn. For example, the title should be digital marketing. Your niche. So let's say you are a sport digital marketing consultant. So say sport industry digital marketing consultant. Now, if you are a digital marketing consultant for golfing, I would love to do that. I love to hit the ball. Don't get time anymore. But hey, if you're targeting the golfing industry, you should say a golfing digital marketing consultant. Why? You're going to ask. This is all about search. When you go, you see all that list of all the potential connections that you can connect with on LinkedIn. Yeah. What people see is your photo, the title of your job. And that's what you should call yourself. Your job should be golfing digital marketing consultant, and that will appear. So anyone who is in the golfing industry will see that and go, I need to connect that person because I'm interested in digital marketing for my golfing company, for example. Now, when you have your LinkedIn, start connecting with people within the industry. How do you do that to be more targeted? Get yourself a membership for Sales Navigator tool on LinkedIn. Build yourself a list of companies. There's plenty of directories out there on websites. Take the list of companies and then start connecting with their marketing teams and marketing individuals within the companies. Connect with them. Okay? Now, I always tag them in free tags because you can tag them within. So first one is make connection. Second one is sent a message and people of interest. Now, you're going to make the connection. Okay? When people connect to you, then send them a message. A nice message explaining to you that you are just happy to connect with people in the industry, and you are a digital marketing consultant within the industry, and if they have 20 minutes and they would like to chat about your services and how you can support them, respond back and we'll book a time. Yeah? And then I tag them back into interest if they respond. Okay? And then you can give them a call and you develop your relationship from there. Okay. What resources do you need? Okay, I don't have many resources. Actually, you can see behind me there's a few. I've got my DJI camera if I want to do videos, 2 of them. I've got my laptop. I've got my Adobe software package, which cost me about, I think it's €60 a month, for example. I have my Word packages. I set up myself as doing templates as well. So what you need is an explainer PowerPoint document, which you can either send people by PDF or you can explain to people in meetings what you do. Maybe you're only interested in working on projects to do with LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. Tailor what you do and your mindset of what you plan to do solutions for them. If you're not interested in doing Facebook ads, then don't mention that in your document. And you can say, what we do is organic. We develop a viral marketing. Produce a presentation around that if that's what your interest is. What else have I got? I've got my templates. Okay. Case studies is good. So, for example, if you've held positions in other companies, for example, if you are a consultant for clients, they might not like you telling them about your other company's stats. So positions are nicer. So you might say, took this position for you can have this in the presentation. Work for this position. This keyword within 6 months was number 1. Now it's number 1 on Google, for example. Or I took this from this position. It's now got 20,000 followers. Something they can check up on, but something that you can promote your expertise in, and say, I've done this, and then you can explain how you did it if you have a consultancy meeting with people. I'm next going to talk about how to sell digital marketing consultancy expertise. So we've discussed, should you either go niche or overall, hey, everybody come and get me and use me for my services. Personally, I always go niche. I try very much. If not, someone comes to me who's not a niche, I'm very happy to always support them. I've talked about a little bit what you need. So for example, website, LinkedIn, a few resources, presentation. Now I'm going to talk about how you sell your services. how I sell my services. Okay, there's a number of ways I sell. Okay, but networking seems to be the best. Unless someone comes to you. If someone comes to you, brilliant. Brilliant. Spot on. You're being found. But how do you sell? It's simple value proposition. You need to understand a client's potential needs, wants, pains and gains. Now, I go to quite a few exhibitions in the niches that I work in, or that we target within the internetmarketingexpert.net. And I visit every stand, if possible. Some of the exhibitions are huge I go to. And I go global on these exhibitions, by the way. The more you see people at the exhibition, the more become friends, and the more that you have more conversations with them, and the more that you recommend you over to their colleagues when you're there, or by business card saying, hey, Steve, you should call this person from the company. You know, I'll send them an email to recommend you as well. But what I do is I build an understanding of the value proposition. Now, I'm just going to get down my list here of what we're talking about. Now, what I do is I try to understand the industry as a whole. First of all, what are the tasks that your potential client or the industry is trying to achieve? What I mean by tasks is, so for example, I'll give you an example, digital marketing, your task, your job is social media, for example, to do social media. Your task is to build a LinkedIn page, okay, company page. I try to understand those jobs and those tasks, because when I speak to people at exhibitions, they can tell I understand what I'm talking about, and I understand what they are doing and what their product does. Because the worst thing to do is to turn up to an exhibition with business cards and explain, hi, I'm Steve, I want to sell you my services. What you need to do is solve their problem. Okay, so before I go to that exhibition, I will look at their website, look at their LinkedIn, look at their Facebook, and I will grade them. Okay, now this takes a bit of time, but I often pass it over to another colleague sometimes. What I do, because of this, is I understand who to speak to, i.e. which companies have a weakness, i.e. not having a LinkedIn company page, for example, or not doing anything on Facebook, or have a website which is not up to standard. And I go and see those people first at the exhibitions. And then I explain to them, I don't explain to them what I do first directly. I'm not selling to them. I first of all speak to their marketing manager and say, I explain to them who I am. You know, I'm Steve Milner, I'm from such and such, and I'm a digital marketing consultant. Is there anything that you need support on, for example? I did see, for example, you don't have a LinkedIn company page. Then I stop there and let them explain why they're not. They might, and you want to hope that they're going to turn around and say, it's because I don't have any time. And then what you turn around to them and say, or they say, we don't have content. And what you turn around and say, actually, just to let you know, I mean, we have expertise in LinkedIn profiles, for example, and LinkedIn company pages. We've built many within the industry for other businesses in this industry. And the great thing is we understand the value proposition and we can produce your content as well. Now, would that be of interest for you? And you can also talk about their website with them. I see your website's a bit outdated. I also see that there's not much information on that website. You don't really guide it from too much of a value proposition as well. You very much focus on the product or the service rather than talking about the jobs and the tasks. This is interesting. He actually understands this. And then what you say is, and I asked him, is that a WordPress website? Oh, I think it is, isn't it? Well, what we could do for you, if you're interested, we can discuss this further at another date when you're back in the office. What we can do for you is we can add an updated theme to it And what we can do is increase the navigation to be more job focused and task focused. And okay. Oh, that's really interesting. And we can actually write the content for you as well, because we understand the value proposition, because we've been in the market for 5 years, for example, and we've worked on other clients. This is how I sell, and it works. You can replicate that yourself. The task really is letting them do the talking and you doing the guiding, letting them know that you can do the support that you help them moving forward, but also letting them, how can I say, you guide them into what that they need the support, and you're the person to do it for them. And you have the expertise, not just about doing the job, but actually the industry. Because there's lots of people who call up these companies every day who say they can do the job. But the thing what they miss out is they don't know the jobs or the application or what that product or service really does. And that is where you can jump in to say, we do all this because we understand it already. And that ticks boxes. We've talked about niche markets and how you develop your digital marketing consultancy or digital marketing company on targeting those niche markets by going to exhibitions, for example. Now, let's just dive in a little bit. Let's say you're looking for clients in your local area rather than a niche market, and you're looking for everybody and anybody. You're happy to support anyone else, which is a good thing to do. There's no problem with doing that. I just find that it's a bit difficult in finding clients, but that's my prerogative and my experience. Now, some of my friends in the digital marketing industry, they only target local businesses in their city, and that's what they're experts in. They have a great network of companies. They know a lot of people in the industry. Now, if you want to do that, here's a simple tip to get networking, to build your contacts. First of all, LinkedIn. Get yourself a LinkedIn sales navigator tool. It's about 70 euros, dollars a month. So it's not too expensive. And start contacting, befriending, connecting with people who are in your local area. And as I mentioned before, sending messages and develop. And you can say around and say, look, I can come and meet you. We're only 10 minutes away. Half an hour meeting, just so I can get to know your company, and you can get to know me a bit more. Maybe some projects will come out later, at a later date. Another way of finding clients. And I'm a big believer in face-to-face selling. I don't believe in cold calling. It does not work for me. Some people say, you'll see other videos on YouTube saying cold calling's brilliant. I don't really believe it. I believe in talking to people, building friendships, and them knowing that my expertise is what I do, and I build a friendship with them, and this friendship grows. Where do you go in your local area to build that network? Business events. Go to networking business events. Get yourself on Google or contact your local Chamber of Commerce. That's Chamber of Commerce. This is UK. I don't know what it is called in other countries. And ask where are the local networking sessions for either startup businesses or specific industries that you might be interested in. Even, here's another one, meetup.com. Go and have a look on meetup.com. There's lots of meetups, networking sessions in your city, and attend them. Go with your business cards and talk to people, network. Okay, most of these events are not during business hours from what I've been to in the past. But you build these friendships because you go more often over time, and you begin to have this friendship, and they'll be like, actually, yeah, I mean, you want to be speaking to either, if you can do, marketing managers, commercial directors, marketing directors, even the MDs, managing directors as well, or chairmen, and they're the ones who will be looking for these services. The next question for when you start your digital marketing consultancy is, how much do you price your services at? That's a difficult one. I know that from experience. You could either do by task or job or project, price it, or by day. You're thinking, what does he mean by day? Now, my strategy is I look for, and I have 10 working days a month booked. So I try to get either clients to book 1 day or 2 days, okay? Or even 3. So I look after that client's tasks, I book out projects for the other 10 days. That might be doing work on just a website. The question is, how do you price it? Now, I price all my projects by the number of days it will take to complete, plus extra. And what I mean by that is, if you're building a website, it often takes 25% more time than you expect. So I add that to my costs at the price of the project. But my goal is, and it always is, to have 10 days booked out, because I know that therefore is my wage paid, or my staff's wage, for example. And I have 10 days for projects. Again, I charge those at the number of days I think it will take to complete the project, plus an extra 25%. But it depends on also afterwards, because you might get a client who can ask you to visit more, how much time it takes to communicate with them, how much time it takes to have meetings with them. You can decide yourself. I also, and sometimes this can be seen as cheeky, but I don't believe it is. I believe one of the biggest things about your living, your earning money, is your time. Not just that bit doing the project, but about your time. And the thing about digital marketing consultants is we often get called into potential client meetings to talk about how we would do their work, but these potential so-called clients are just looking to get ideas. I charge them for that meeting. I charge them for a day beforehand. Now, the ones who are serious will pay. The ones who don't, I then say, unfortunately, I can't help. And the reason is before I meet with you, I will spend half a day looking at your industry, what you're doing, what your current status is within the internet market, what you're doing about your internet marketing, digital marketing projects. Are you on Facebook, for example, LinkedIn? And then I'll present a solution to you at the meeting, and that takes about half a day. And to be honest, therefore you're paying for my consultancy because I'm giving you ideas in that meeting. People who will take you seriously will pay that. Try it, see if it works or not. Some people say not interested, but if they don't, therefore, why should they get your consultancy work hour or 2 hours of that meeting free? But at the end of the day, you're there to build a partnership with them, and a good partnership will last longer than short-term work, because you're not looking for all short-term contracts really. I hope that you found this video helpful from my experience of starting a digital marketing consultancy and running the internetmarketingexpert.net. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you've got plenty of tips there how to move forward on how to start a digital marketing company. And if you have found it interesting, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Just go down there, press the subscription button, and you will get my future videos. If you want to be notified when those videos come out, just press the button next to the notification. Now, please do comment below under there and let me know what you think. Write some experiences about you starting your digital marketing company. What have you found difficult? What have you found easy? Did you find your first client easy? How did you do it? And if you did like the video, or you do like the video, please do give me a thumbs up. And I do hope that you've learned something today. And I hope to see or hear you. I hope to see you comment on my other videos to let me know that you are continuing and you've subscribed to the channel. And thank you very much for today. And I wish you a good day.